So, a couple years back, I finally bought my first house. It was everything I'd worked for. Cozy little place, sweet neighborhood, friendly faces, kids on bikes, the occasional lemonade stand. You know, the American dream. Except, well, for my back neighbor, Rick. Picture this, a guy with 2 grills but never a shirt. A neon tank top that proudly reads Weekend Warrior, even on Tuesday mornings. A permanent can of Coors Light welded to his hand, yelling, "Whoa!" at 10 a.m. like it's the Super Bowl every day. Oh, and he treated property lines like they were some vague myth. But Rick wasn't alone. He had Duke, a massive golden retriever. Gorgeous dog, big waggy tail, tongue always lolling. A sweet beast, honestly. Except for one disgusting habit. Keycap to the violation. Nature calls. On my lawn. Every single day. Duke would trot over to my yard, circle like some giant hairy land shark, and then, right in the middle of my pristine green grass, unleash a steaming pile that could make your eyes water. Not by the sidewalk. Not discreetly by a tree. No. Dead center. Like it was his sacred altar. The first couple times, I tried to be the good neighbor. I even laughed awkwardly when I knocked on Rick's door, hoping we could solve this like adults. "Hey man, Duke keeps pooping on my lawn. Think you could maybe leash him or at least clean it up?" Rick just stared at me, smirked, and said, "I kid you not. Bro, it's all nature. You don't own the earth." That was it. No apology. No promise to do better. Just the smug philosophy of a guy who thought I should be thanking him for the free fertilizer. My blood boiled, but I still tried to keep it civil. I patched up weak spots in the fence. I installed a motion-activated sprinkler. Even sprayed down the lawn with some citrus repellent I read about online. Rick actually laughed when he saw the sprinkler. "Nice try, man. But Duke's built different." Cool. Guess what, Rick? I'm built different too. The next morning, I opened my front door. And there it was. A fresh, glistening mountain of golden retriever revenge. Duke even wagged his tail proudly as he strutted back through a gap in the fence. I stood there, feeling this weird mix of rage and helplessness. Heart pounding, fists clenching, that hot pressure building behind my eyes. And that's when something in me snapped. I thought, fine. You want nature? Let's get real natural. I grabbed a big Home Depot bucket. Lined it with a thick trash bag. Every time Duke dropped a gift on my lawn, I'd scoop it up and toss it in. Added a little water for, well, aesthetic reasons. Let's just say after 2 weeks, it looked like a witch's cauldron of horrors. It was disgusting. It was vile. It was perfect. Then, on a glorious Saturday morning while Rick was off wherever tank-top philosophers go, I grabbed my bucket of doom, walked right up to his property line, and started painting. I sprinkled that rancid soup like the world's worst fairy dust around his precious deck, his beloved fire pit, right along the border so every breeze would carry a whiff straight to his back door. I finished up, wiped sweat from my brow, and went back to my porch with a steaming mug of coffee, savoring every moment. About an hour later, I hear the screen door slam. Rick steps out, stretches, takes a deep breath of his kingdom, and recoils like he'd just inhaled a dead skunk. What the hell is that smell? I took a long sip of my coffee, smiled, and called out, "Smells like nature, bro." The look on his face? Worth every scoop, every gag, every second of my petty labor. But I wasn't done. See, our neighborhood had this Facebook group, you know the type. Lost cats, bake sale updates, suspicious white vans. So I started posting these little lost dog poop bulletins. Found, steaming hot dog present near my mailbox. If this belongs to you, please come collect your property before it fossilizes. Thanks. People laughed. Memes started popping up. Some neighbors privately messaged me saying, "OMG, Duke does this in our yard too." Then I got really creative. I made these tiny little "Do not poop here" signs out of popsicle sticks and toothpicks, decorated them with glitter, googly eyes, and wrote passive-aggressive haikus. "Dear Duke the Pooper, this is not your golden throne. My grass feels betrayed." Kids would stop and read them. People would snap pics. Rick, he was furious. One day he stormed over, red-faced, spit flying. "Are you trying to make me look bad?" I just blinked and shrugged. "Buddy, I don't need to try." Rick's glorious tank top empire started to crumble. Other neighbors began complaining, sharing stories of Duke's territorial bombs. The social pressure was relentless. Finally, Rick caved. He built an actual fenced-in dog run. Started walking Duke on a leash like a normal, functioning human being. My lawn? Pristine. Fresh-cut grass, sun-warmed, with not a single surprise waiting underfoot. And me? I still make those tiny haiku signs.